The book I'm going to share with you today is Where the Crawdads Sing. It's by Delia Owens. This is an amazing historical fiction work. It's really similar to me to All the Light We Cannot See or the work by Kristen Hanna, like The Great Alone or The Nightingale. So if you've enjoyed those, pick this one up too. So this one starts in the late 1960s when a body is found. And immediately attention turns to this one woman who they refer to as the Marsh Girl. She's a young woman who lives by herself in the marsh and is really sort of reclusive. And everyone gets really suspicious of her right off the bat. The book, however, the way it's told is it switches back and forth between like the 1960s when the body is found and then going back in time to when like the marsh girl was young. So you see her as she's growing up with her family, and she quickly becomes abandoned by that family and has to survive on her own in the marsh. And so you have all these like years leading up to when this body was found and learning about how she ended up getting by on her own. And she ends up finding a way to like reconnect with society a little bit when two young men start noticing her and paying attention to her. And the whole way through, you're trying to figure out what's going on with this woman, Kaya, and her life in the marsh, and does she have any connection to the body that was found? I'm going to read you the opening, just give you a sense of what it's like. Here's the prologue, 1969. Marsh is not a swamp. Marsh is a space of light, where grass grows and water flows into the sea. Slow-moving creeks wander, carrying the orb of the sun with them to the sea, and long-legged birds lift with unexpected grace, as though not built to fly, against the roar of 1,000 snow geese. Then within the marsh, here and there, true swamp crawls into low-lying bogs, hidden in clammy forests. Swamp water is still and dark, having swallowed the light in its muddy throat. Even night crawlers are diurnal in this lair. There are sounds, of course, but compared to the marsh, the swamp is quiet because decomposition is cellular work. Life decays and reeks and returns to the rotted duff, a poignant wallow of death begetting life. On the morning of October 30th, 1969, the body of Chase Andrews lay in the swamp, which would have absorbed it silently, routinely, hiding it for good. A swamp knows all about death and doesn't necessarily define it as tragedy. Certainly not a sin. But this morning, two boys from the village rode their bikes out to the old fire tower, and from the third switchback spotted his denim jacket. So there's a really good element of like mystery in this as well. So if you like historical fiction, if you like mystery, and then also just like really beautiful passages of nature. So this was an amazing read. I suggest picking up Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens.